Okie dokie. Ho ho. Let's go.
Hey guys, it's Retrohead here. Welcome back to another video. Today I have the third video of the mini road trip that I did. So recently I went for a road trip to Retro Hunter, Nerd Base and Miso Games. Now I've already shown you the footage from Retro Hunter and Miso Games, so today is the last video of that road trip, and that is the Nerd Base. So this is not only a retro gaming shop, they sell absolutely loads of retro toys, modern toys, comics, literally anything retro and modern toys as well. They sell it there. It's a huge shop, and one that I'm really excited to show you the footage for. Now, I didn't spend very much in this shop because I went to the Retro Hunter beforehand and Miso Games afterwards. Now, the only shop that I'd actually ever visited before was Miso Games, and I knew going back that I was going to spend a lot of money there, and I did. I'll link that video at the end of this video if you want to see it. So yeah, I only got a couple of little pickups from this shop, but I'm still really pleased with them. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to my channel Retrohead. Without further ado, let's go to the Nerd Base. To get to the Nerd Base, behind the shop, which is behind where I'm standing now, is a really big car park, which is good for parking. But from the car park to get to the shop, you got to pass all these really cool antique shops on this mini strip along here, which is really cool. I did have a look in a couple of these, not all of them, but had a little look, and I included some footage at the end, because I actually found something really awesome in one of these shops. Didn't buy it because it was absolutely massive, but really cool. But I just thought it's a bit different to look in these sort of antique places, because this is not somewhere where I'd normally go hunting, because I normally like the more retro stuff, which there was a little bit of, but it was really cool to have a little look around these. Here I am at the Nerd Base, and how cool is the front of this shop with all of these really awesome paintings like Thundercats, Star Wars, Ghostbusters. I thought that was really awesome. And moving on inside, this shop is absolutely insane. I could not believe how big it was as well. There's so many rooms, just absolutely packed of modern and retro awesomeness. Now obviously I started off at the game section. I included some of the gaming section first and also put some in a bit later on, just to break up a little bit and make the footage a bit more interesting. As you can see, really well stocked on all loads and loads of different systems. Starting off with a bit of Master System and PS2. Moving on, we have a really nice PS1 section. Now I only bought one retro game from here. The reason being is I visited two other retro shops this day, which I'll link both videos at the end of this video if you want to watch it. And also budgeting, because I spent a lot there, and also I thought the prices were also quite a bit over eBay prices, which was a little bit of a shame. I don't know if you can notice the prices now, but I thought they were quite expensive. But there's still a great section of games here, and they're really cool to look at. And something that you don't see very often is a good Sega Saturn selection. I mean, that looks small, but if you shop around for Sega stuff, you'll know that is actually a pretty big Sega section. Now, Thundercats is one of my favourite cartoons, so being able to see all of this retro Thundercats stuff, well, modern and retro, but mainly retro, in one place is really, really cool, so you don't see it very often. Along with my other one of my other favourite things on TV is Ghostbusters, so that was a really cool cabinet to see right there. Here we have a wall of Star Wars figures. Now, I'm not into Star Wars at all, but I did film it, so I thought they looked really cool all together. Now, I'd already done quite a lot of filming in this room of the shop, but this was really like one of probably 5 rooms in the shop. It was just absolutely insane. And like when I went upstairs in the shop, there was just another room, and I cannot explain how shocked I was about how big this place is. It just seemed to keep on going and going. Now, moving on up, this is where they had a lot of the retro games, more figures as well, which was cool. And I didn't actually have time to film in there today, so I had a lot of hours of driving and a lot of shops to visit. But they had a absolutely huge room, pretty much rammed of all retro and new comics, which was just, this shop is just so cool. I didn't personally buy very much, because a lot of the stuff in here I'm not overly interested in. I like a lot of retro toys, but I don't collect really any modern toys. The only modern toys that I really collect is Mario and Sonic stuff, but here was the room full of comics. Sadly, that was all the footage I managed to get, but that room was just absolutely massive. But here is the retro game section. As you can see, they have such good choice of retro games, but sadly I just thought the prices were just a little bit too high for me, and maybe that was just because I had to be tight because I was budgeting for 2 other shops which mainly sell retro games, which is obviously what I'm looking for. But yeah, you could definitely find some cool stuff here if you're looking for retro games. this Crash Bandicoot figure was pretty cool, but not as cool as this James Bond statue. I just thought this was absolutely awesome, and I liked how well this shop was decorated with all these posters and stuff on the stairs. I mean, this shop, like, looked awesome, and they'd had a really good job of having it absolutely full of stuff, but not making it look cluttered, if that makes sense. Some shops, I personally think, like, that have a lot of stuff in, sometimes could feel a bit cramped and a bit cluttered. This shop, for me, had the right balance of having a lot of stock, but not feeling, like, cramped or anything like that. So that was the Nerd Base, an absolutely incredible shop, and one that I've wanted to visit for so long. Now, while I was out here, I just wanted to get a bit of close-up footage of this artwork on the front, as I just absolutely love this. I think it looks so cool. Now, on the way back to the car, I did pop in one or two of these little shops, which was really, really cool. And I found Woody and Jessie, which I was not expecting, but it just shows you never know who you're going to meet when you're out game hunting. But now, let's go back to the games room, check out those pickups. So I am back from the Nerd Base, and I thought it was a really, really good shop. As you see from the footage, it's absolutely huge, and I didn't film everywhere. It was quite busy, so I couldn't film everywhere. And also, the trip involved absolutely hours and hours and hours and hours of driving. So I didn't have, like, loads and loads of time there, because I knew I wanted ages at Miso Games to film. So yeah, I thought it was a really good shop, a real good mix of, like, all sorts. Part of the reason why I didn't buy many retro games from there is because of budgeting for the other two shops as well, which were more retro gaming shops, which is more my sort of thing. But also, I thought a lot of the games in there were quite expensive. I actually asked about a price a couple of the games because you couldn't see the prices, like you couldn't see the labels, and they're actually more than what they are on eBay, which was a little bit of a shame. I think, like, it's good to charge what they're worth in gaming shops, but over eBay price is a little bit of a shame. So yeah, I still got a couple of little bits to add to the collection. I'm really pleased with both of these. So the first one cost £6, and that is the Thundercats cassette game. Now, I have hardly any cassette games in my collection, but I was really, really pleased to find this Thundercats one, because Thundercats is one of my favourite cartoons. Inside, I'll show you the back of the cassette as well, because it's got some cool little artwork on there, but the artwork on the front is so cool. And here we have the cassette inside. I really like the way that looks as well. I think that's really, really cool. So yeah, like I said, I think I only have about 5 at the most cassette games in my collection. So I was really, really pleased to find this. And with it being Thundercats, which is one of my favourites, I thought £6 was an absolute bargain. And the other thing that I picked up is this Thundercats Activity Fun Pad. Now this is from 1985, and as you can see inside, if I show you, this hasn't been done at all. It's completely blank with no pen marks, which I think is absolutely awesome. Now this was only £6 as well, and I was really, really pleased to pick this up. So I think the artwork on it is so, so cool. I mean, look at the front of that. That is awesome. And another reason why I picked this up for £6 is it's just the sort of thing that got thrown away back in the day. Like, even if kids didn't actually colour it in, like, not many people would keep this. I think this is a very cool thing to find, like, not used at all. As you can see in the footage, I had absolutely loads, but I picked this really cool green one, so I really like the colours on it. So yeah, not too many pickups today, but I'm really pleased to add both these Thundercats items to my collection. Thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, please subscribe, and let me know, have you visited the Nerd Base before? And if not, what item would you have grabbed from the footage from the video? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye!